Paper Beast VR is a stunningly beautiful exploration game that merges art with gameplay. Hello, I'm Fast Lawyer. Today we're going to review Paper Beast VR, a game on the Steam store for all the major headsets. It normally retails for $20. It's currently still on sale, 10% off. And I actually got this from Viveport Infinity. Yes, I'm a new subscriber. I'm still in my free trial period, but I do plan to subscribe. This is a beautiful game, one of the most beautiful games in VR that I have played. It merges art with gameplay. Now, this game does have two modes. I'm talking about the primary mode, the story mode, but there's also a sandbox mode where you can just totally relax and not worry about the puzzle elements of this game. Now, most of the puzzles for this game are simple, but there are a few where you really have to figure out what the game wants from you. And I was stumped on one of them. It took me quite a while to solve it, but for the most part, most of the puzzles were pretty easy, and intuitively you almost know what to do. This game is running on the Unity engine. You do have full locomotion and smooth and snap turning options, along with teleportation and comfort options. There's graphical settings as well. This was running by default on low on my 1060 GTX, and I was getting a steady 90 frames per second. I probably should have gone for medium and see how that went. This game took me a little over 3 hours to complete, and I did enjoy most of this game. Now, there were parts where it got tedious for me, just because some of the gameplay elements did repeat themselves, and I wasn't exactly thrilled about that. But there are some truly magical moments in this game, and for the most part, I enjoyed most of this game. It's just a very beautiful world that you just want to explore. It's almost a shame that the story mode is just so linear, because you want to go in all different directions to see what's over there. Unfortunately, that's not the way the game is built. It's very linear. The game does want you to proceed in a certain way, and if you cannot figure that out, you will be frustrated for this game. Even though you have a very beautiful, serene world where you just have all these magical creatures, there are some dangers though, so it's not all rainbows and butterflies. There are some dangers to be aware of, especially if you want to protect your paper beast, and you'll naturally bond with some of them. And this game just shocks you because you get sort of attached to these beasts that are alien and seem almost ripped from a Dali painting, and you just develop this bond with them, and you want to help them out. And when they face danger, you feel the tension from that. I really enjoyed this game, but like I said, I did have some negatives. One of the negatives is I wish that instead of using the trackpad or the motion controllers that they show in game, that they would have shown something else besides that, something to make you more immersed in the world. It kind of stood out to me that you're just in this beautiful world, but yet you're always shown your motion controllers versus showing hands, or maybe an instrument, maybe some other way to show your interactions in this world. Like, I don't know, maybe they could have shown like a magical lasso or something along the lines, versus just showing a motion controller with basically a floaty, wavy laser that shoots out of one of the motion controllers. I also found that some of the interactions were somewhat frustrating to use, because when you have many interactable objects around you, it can be difficult to pick the one that you want. But for the most part, like I mentioned, this game ran smoothly. I didn't have any problem with the gameplay elements. Just a couple of them were tedious, and I really think you could have been more immersed in the world with maybe some different gameplay interactions put in versus some of the ones that were repeated, and just finding a way to not use the motion controls shown and show another way That would have been more immersive in this world. And like I said, I would have loved to explore more of the world as you're doing the story versus if you try to go a different path, there's usually not much there other than a dead end. So overall, I really enjoyed this game. I found it an enjoyable experience that's very unique. I don't believe there is another game in VR that really mixes art and gameplay quite as well as this one. And just the animations and the reactions from the Paper Beast are just done so well that you believe they're living creatures and you believe you have to protect them and you get bonded with them. As far as another criticism, and I should have mentioned this, but I really didn't like the beginning or the ending. I thought they were confusing. I didn't really get the story to this game, to be honest, but I love the exploration part. I love going around the world and seeing the different things going on. It really felt like you were in this abstract painting inspired by Dali, and it's just a very beautiful world to explore, and you really are driven to see what else this game has, and there's just some truly magical moments in this game. If I have to score this game, I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. And this is definitely a game that made me want to get Viveport Infinity because I saw it on there and I thought, well, I might as well test it out, see how I like it. This is definitely a good first impression of that. Anyways, I'm Fast Lawyer. I'm with Oculus Rift Reviews. If you like my review, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, have a wonderful day. Goodbye.